What's going on? It's Fizz. I make videos on health and discuss other things. Subscribe to the channel. Sorry for the crazy hat, but it's the only one that was around. Someone actually gave it to me for free because they didn't like the other hat that I had on. But some people don't like this hat either. Just a bunch of weirdos. I wanted to talk about how sleep can change your life and prevent / cure a lot of diseases and boost your confidence. Another side of that would be the contrary, reduce anxiety, make you feel more energetic and productive, and a whole host of things. And it may differ between you, but I guarantee there's benefits of what I'm about to say. And it's pretty simple, and I'm going to make this a shorter video. So, it doesn't matter necessarily when you go to sleep, but when you wake up early, this really benefits you, and it's getting wobbly for a second, really have a beneficial factor in your whole life, and I guarantee it. As I said, you'll prevent a bunch of diseases, but also you'll be more energetic, more productive, induce creativity, and you'll feel way more better. And I subject to myself, and I've known this pretty much all my life. When you wake up early, you always feel better. I always did. And there are reasons for this. So the best times to wake up are between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. Because now there's no reason necessarily that I can give specifically that would make you do it, but I can give you other people reasonings, such as, and probably a bunch of famous people always wake up early, productive people wake up early, the whole 9 yards. But in Ayurveda, which is ancient Hinduism, it's just like a biblical text, but it's not the Bible. It's ancient Indian medicine, philosophy, their Bible basically, but that's just a part of their Bible. Their whole, I don't even know what to call it. There's certain things that they call it. I don't know the words. But basically between 2 and 6 is some of the most spiritual time and energy gaining, like fulfilling, charging up experience. So between 2 and 6, I do know a lot of people between 2 and 6, that just goes to show they are more creative, they are more productive. This goes along with the energy, because you kind of have to have energy to be productive, to get things done. And between anything else and what I have to say, because I know I am using a reference on this one, which I usually don't. I usually tell from personal experience which this is, but there's also other things I'm tying into this. And you're just going to feel better, like, no matter what. This can even cure depression, fight anxiety, give you confidence, be energetic, like all the things I said. And also, you're going to beat everyone else to the game. A lot of people used to wake up really early, especially farmers. You always hear about farmers waking up at like 4 a.m. because they got stuff to do. But, they're getting stuff done. In this world, especially in a Western society or in civilization, they tend to wake up around, later than that. But because jobs start at 9 to 5, but that's not really the case. Of course, there's different time zones and acclimations and seasons that go on that affect this all over the world. Some places don't even get sun for weeks on end, maybe even a month. And sometimes it's real cloudy, and it changes day by day realistically and over time. But what we're going at here is waking up in the morning is super beneficial and will change your game. You will beat everyone else if you have competition, whether it's with yourself, which is the best competition. Not really good to compare yourself to others, but if you need motivated or have some enviness, then that gives you inclination or entwine that what you want to do or need to do, if you don't know, or your desires just there subconsciously, and that it could be showing, that could be a reference. So waking up early, you're going to beat other people to the game, whatever it is. And it's not necessarily that it is a game, though it is, or competition. I'm just saying that as, context. Really, you're just getting up and you're going to beat everything. Let's say there is traffic. You're going to beat that traffic. You're just going to be up before everybody, and you're going to feel really, I guarantee you feel good. And even if you are a little bit tired, just fight through it. Now, going to sleep earlier is going to be more beneficial than staying up super late. But the best times to sleep are between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. is the time your body recharges the most. It's different if you sleep after 2 a.m. or, maybe even, but when the sun goes down is necessarily when you want to go to sleep. And when the sun comes up, you want to be up before the sun. You're even going to beat the sun. We are actually synchronized animals that go with the habitat, and we're not necessarily nocturnal creatures. We are, I don't know what the opposite of nocturnal creatures are, but we are with the sun, so we raise up with the sun, but it's better to be up before it. There's spiritual stuff behind this. You'll feel more motivated. You'll get insights. You'll get cosmic downloads. You're going to feel better all around. I guarantee it. And just try going to sleep earlier. And another suggestion that I have for people that have anxiety and stuff like that, don't sleep during the day. Even if you're super tired, because it's going to ruin your sleep later. There is different sleep cycles you can incorporate into your life and do different. There's a bunch of people that take naps during the day and they feel fantastic. And there's some people who don't. There's some people who only take naps, and there's some people who only sleep for 2 hours. There's some people who don't sleep. Some people who sleep 4 hours. You don't actually have to sleep 8 hours. That's kind of just something they said, whatever, science or dogma. That's not actually the truth. The truth is, depending on your needs, and everyone's different. You necessarily don't have to sleep 8 hours. Some might need 10 or 12, depending on if they need to catch up on sleep or what was going on in their day. The less stress is best. Less is more. And that's true with anything. We are optimistic people. We are opportunistic. I never even said that word before. Types of people. And, this is just highly beneficial. You can see with the energy and how it all goes. And going to sleep early and waking up earlier is going to make you feel grand, and it always will. I notice it on myself. And I've been incrementing it into my life, but I've knew it all my life. And it always, it always feels good to wake up early. It always does. Just try it for yourself. Another thing is, you're not going to be able to stay up super late if you do this. There's not going to be staying up till 1 a.m., 12 a.m., 11. You want to be in bed, you want to have a routine to help you set in your sleep, if that helps. And, you go into your sleep, maybe be in where you're about to sleep at 8 and then go to sleep at 9, or same thing with 9 to 10. And 10 would be really beneficial, so you get up around 4 or 5. You don't have to get up at 2 a.m., but things happen at that. It's different. That's why you feel different when the clouds are out, when the sun's out, when the rain's out. It doesn't have to affect you, but you're in tune with your nature. Some people just aren't paying attention to it, or aren't aware of it, or never thought about it, or it could be disguised in a veil. And when you make these things available and become aware of it, which everybody does eventually, for the most part, you know, then you'll start to ride the waves. You'll be in tune. That's why when you go to different places, you get different feels, just like people give you different vibes. And it's the same thing with, it's just the same thing with the times of days. There's certain times of day things are activated. You can search Carnadian rhythm, and every culture around the world has their own, you know, imprint on this type. There's different things, but between 2 and 6, you know, this is air basically. They call it Veda or Veda in Indian terminology, and this is just air. So it's kind of like lighter, cold. It's just basically you getting up. You know, you're not gonna be super heated when you get up because you're laying down, you're resting, but your body is rejuvenated and regenerized at this time between 2 and 6. 10 to 2 is the time your body is it's fire. So between 10 and 2 at night is your body's creating fire in the body. And you just have to search it up because I'm not going to get into depth about that. But your body's rejuvenating at these times. There's fire being ignited. Things are turning. You know, your body's getting rid of things it doesn't need. It's rejuvenating itself, replenishing, and which is sleeping ultimately. It's really simple. And you're going to feel grand and good if you go to sleep. That's why certain people, you know, especially if their parents didn't have a good sleep cycle, and then everything can be changed and adapted to for in any context. And again, this is just my opinion, but people whose parents had a bad sleeping cycle, and then, you know, in the womb their kids were in that sleeping cycle, then they wake up, then the kids get out and have their sleeping cycle. What's going on with their sleeping cycle? It's messed up too. So, you know, because the body's not on the rhythm. And once you get on rhythm, you'll realize I'm not going to need maybe as much food. I'm not going to need, you know, I'm going to cut down my time and be more productive. There's going to be less input, but more outcome. You're going to be, and that goes with everything, the energy. You might eat less food. You might drink less water. You might feel better. You're going to have less anxiety. You're going to have more confidence, less stress overall. And you're just going to, if you look around, not everyone catches this or wants to follow it. And that's predetermined on their note. It's up to you to implement this in your life, to you to make the change. No one is going to make the change for you. And that's all I would like to say in the video. So beat other people. I don't want to make it seem like it is a competition, but it's a good way to do it. Eventually you won't be in that mind state or set, but it's good, you know, maybe to challenge yourself. Just look at it as a challenge for yourself, and you will reap the benefits, I guarantee it. Whether it's depression, disease, energy issues, this will be a big mood lifter and a plus in your life. It would actually bring surplus, and you'll end up sleeping less. You'll get so much more done. That in itself is the end goal. So that's all I'd like to say for this video. Thanks for tuning in. I have a bunch of other videos. Subscribe to the channel. Give yourself a like. Give me a like. Leave your comments below. And let me know if you have any ideas or suggestions or things you want to discuss. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you have a blessed day. And sleep tight and right. Thanks. This was Fizz.